Hello and welcome to another video for Train Simulator Classic. In today's video we're going to be having a look at the latest Wagon Wednesdays release from Armstrong Powerhouse and also the work that's been put in there by Bossman Games. This pack in mention is the MFAs, MHAs and the MTA Wagon Pack, and this product retails at the price of £9.99. And basically what our video is going to cover is a short drive of the wagons, not on the actual scenario that comes with the route, mainly because I don't have any love or enthusiasm to drive the PDL. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a drive on the ATS Kings Lynn, Peterborough, Cambridge King's Cross route. We will be taking this for a run out of March. And we're not going to go all the way with this. I think it's 45 minutes an hour, but it's one from Adam Haig. And what I've done is I have swapped the rake of wagons, which was the older style MHAs, I think they were, that came with one of the DG products. And I've swapped the whole rake out to use these very nice new wagons, as you can see here. So we'll take this for a short run, just have a little look, have a listen, just see what they're like in motion. And then as we get towards the back end of the video, we'll do a full lineup in the same style how Mark did these TTA wagon video last week, and we'll have a look at the whole pack in full just to show you everything you get from choice to place on a scenario itself as well. So we're keeping this video short, simple, straight to the point, and we're just going to go through bits and pieces and then obviously talk about the pack. Again, just give you a general overview of what's what. It's a bit noisy around it. I don't know why it does that. You've got an 08 in the area and it goes really noisy in the cab, which again I do apologise. But we'll get ourselves underway. To be fair, we won't be sitting here in a moment anyway. We're going to go back out and have a listen at the wagon end of things. So we'll go down here. We'll get ourselves positioned nicely. You can hear the hopefully the video's picked that up. There's the hiss off the air coming off, which lasts for quite a while as well, which is quite cool. Now this scenario, if you want to download the original version, is 6 Tango 62 the 0820 Whitemoor Yard to Fort Lasoken. Again, that's from Adam Haig. Available for ATS. I will put the link for the scenario. However, obviously the scenario won't have these wagons in as such. It'll have the old ones on. Just for a quick comparison, by the way, the MFA, which are these ones. So these were already available in Train Sim, and I will go on to my sort of like underwhelmingness when I realised this was the next pack, but we already had some of these wagons already available. We've had them for quite a while in a couple of packs, but this is the new one, of course. I'm going to get a better example in the actual EWS livery. Hang on, I'll find one, but I haven't placed one. MFAs, MFA, MHAs, there we go. So that's that one. So MHAs, I believe, are these ones. Nope, got it wrong. MFAs. See what I mean? I'm getting it wrong already. MFA, right, so it's that one. So that's one we've had in TS quite a while, under a couple of packs. So just take a look at that one. And this is the original one that we've had. So yeah, difference in quality, of course. I mean, these are ancient, but yeah, this sort of went down to my sort of underwhelmingness of realising that this was the next packs. I thought, oh, we've already got some of these wagons already, but fair play, we have still got some other wagons in the pack we haven't seen before. So when you look at everything, it does weigh up quite well, and I will go through all of it anyway. But there was other options I would have liked to have seen, really, rather than sort of a pack we've already kind of had before, and we would have had something suitable to sort of replicate these style of rakes of wagons. But they are very nice. There is some pros to it as well at the end of the day. I will go through all that. Got the fantastic wagon old, I think it's the old sound pack. It's not old, but it's the name of the pack. So you've got all the creaks, squeaks and groans and all that sort of stuff going on. Which sound absolutely fantastic. This is the MTA on the back as well. This is the new one. I don't think we've ever seen ETS before. Totally different height and shape as well. As you can see on the sides there, it's got sort of bits that come out. I don't know what really the best way to say that, but bits that poke out on the side, if you will. Nice loads in these as well. You'll see all the loads in a bit on the next part of the video. So I'm going to go down to the point work, just so you can have a listen. I'm just going to stop these here for a second just so you can have a listen. The brakes clamping on. Sounding very good. Really, really nice detail in the modelling though. Just noticed there's some differences in the springs, which is quite cool. MHA and MFA on the map because there's different wagons, to be fair. That one's more straight, but where you look at this one, it's like it bows upwards. It's quite cool. I've got some facts and details on the frame info, and that I'll go over that in a bit as well. What we'll do, I'll sort of like look around. The boys are sat there having a breather. Really nice. Just to make sure we get this stopped at the right place. So these wagons are quite good for this area because they run in and out of here quite regularly, I believe. So good for snow on this route and other routes, of course, as well. But yeah, pretty good usage for them on here. This does actually stop here. I do like that sound when you come to a stop. Yeah, there's loads of different types of weathering, states of weathering, clean and dirty, and different loads on these, which is really nice. But again, I've got them all lined up on like a blank canvas scenario with March Yard, so we'll flip through to that shortly. So we'll just take this for another little drive. We'll probably get it going through March, and got another freight coming out actually. What we'll do, we'll watch it go through March Station, and we'll flick through because there's no point just driving into another scenario because obviously you guys want to see what's what and all the other liveries. That's to be expected. And I've got some other bits and pieces what we will cover. So yeah, as I was saying, I was a little bit underwhelmed when I saw the announcement of the pack, mainly because there were some wagons that we've already had previously in TS coming with this pack, so it was a bit of a, yeah, did we really need them again? But again, they do come with other types of wagon which we haven't had, so when you look at it all and weigh it out, it ain't so bad, to be perfectly honest with you. When you see the detail, that's really good as well, to be fair. But again, there was other ones which I think we could have had maybe instead, as stuff we haven't ever seen before. As these types of wagons are quite well represented, to be fair, as well in TS already. There was enough wagons out there to make a typical rake, to make it convincing enough that we had enough stuff. I think in the pack from DCG there's a taller box wagon as well that came with the MFAs. Might have been the MEA, I think. There's so many different ones. Looks like the Monk Brett and Sand Train, I think that is it. Or am I totally wrong? No, Mount Salter Barham. So once the road clears, we'll continue on through and travel through March, and then what we'll do is then we'll cross over to the lineup and cover everything. So yeah, again, as I said before, the wagon we've already got that comes with the Freightliner Class 08, Freightliner and EWS Class 08 pack, and also it comes with the Chatham Mainline and Medway Valley route. So again, there's a couple of places you could already pick up some of these wagons. The pros to this is though that you don't have to now tick the 08 pack or the Medway Valley route. You don't need to have those requirements. You can just literally tick one box under the AP filter, and you've got everything there at your disposal rather than ticking all these different bits and pieces. So it's always an upside at the end of the day. Fairly heavy. There's quite a load on there, all loaded up as well. You can definitely tell the train's working, trying to get going. There's a bit of weirdness going on here though. That's really stretched. Can I get a bit of view on that? That, I presume, more than anything, would be the 66 potentially causing that, rather than the wagon. Watch the train go by and we'll flip through anyway. The scenario is for Portsmouth Direct Line. That comes with the pack, runs on, say, PDL. About an hour long, I think that one is. I'll probably end up running it at some point, just didn't want to do it on the video. You hear the odd wheel flat in there as well, which is nice. Right, so we've done the brief driving part of the video, and now we are on the lineup section. So as you can see before you is every single wagon available in the placement list for you to put down in a scenario. So that is every single one of each type placed down, and there's quite a lot, as you can see there, all the different types of loads and empty variants, all the different liveries as well there. So there's plenty of different style of livery in there, different states of weathered and cleanliness. So yeah, there's lots to go through. So we'll start off at the top end and we'll work our way through the list. So this is, I think, this is the train load. These are the MFAs, by the way. So just before we go through anything, so MFAs, these are the, hang on a sec, make sure we'll get this right. MFAs, MTAs. So those are the MTAs there. Yes, so with the MFAs, these, as far as I'm aware, and I'm led to believe, are the ones that would have had to be like totally scratch built, as these, like the underframe that is anyway. The top part obviously would have had to be built, but I think this is like the only underframe I'm led to believe that would have had to be rebuilt or scratch built anyway, as these wagons were made on top of HEA wagon underframes. So AP has never done a HEA. There is HEAs available from Fastline, but yeah, they would have had to obviously build the whole thing from scratch for this one. Other wagons which you've got are MTAs, which are these over here. I get them, there they are. So those ones, I am led to believe, use the TTA underframes. So obviously last week's wagon pack, they'll have used them and done some changes a bits maybe to them, I'm not overly sure, but those are on them. And then also the MHA Coalfish, which are these ones. Those use the HAA underframes, I am led to believe. So there's some bits and pieces that have been reused, of course, and a little modification most likely that had to be done, but yeah. To make the pack, you can, there's always things you can reuse and chop and change anyway, so that's to be expected. Which is cool. They look very good. I'm not going to say this pack looks awful, because they really don't. They are really, really nice. Even if we have had some of the wagons before, it's nice to have new versions still, to the quality that we have. And just looking at all the bits and pieces, it's nice bits and bobs to see. You've got like the handles on the side, you've got all the decals, the logo in, stuff like that, and they're really, really high quality. You can read all the writing on these. You can change the OHL flashes to old and new. That is in the manual. I think these are all actually going to be new ones, I believe, which I've placed. Be wrong, but I don't think there's any old ones. You can change it really, really easy. I think it's OHL equals 1 and 2 or something like that in the RV number string. But it's in the manual. Again, just going to touch on the manual. Manual's very sparse again, so I don't know if there's anything else you can do with these, whether there's any logos you can change or not. The wagon ones have been really, really lacking, even just telling you what liveries you have, because even still you'd think maybe the liveries would have been in there, like they have done with coach and stuff in the past. But yeah, these ones are just really, really, really basic. Two or three pages at most to do with the pack. It would be nice to see a bit more fleshing out on them, just so I know what's in there, and everyone else most likely. But it is what it is. So whether I know, well, at the minute I don't know if there's anything else you can change, but I won't figure it out. So yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, if there was anything else, it'd be nice to see it. But that was done with I think the TIAs, where there was like 7 or 8 different logos you change up, but the manual didn't say a single thing about them. So that was really, really hard work trying to figure out what was what to make a scenario. It took me about 7 attempts to reload the scenario, just to find the right logo I needed. So stuff like that would be nice to see a bit more information, really. But yeah, looking at the details, very nice. As I say, all very decent looking. All the bits and pieces, all the decals, all the texture work, the weathering, and that's very nice. If we go through these, you can see the different states of weathering as you get further along. It's got clean to grubby. You've got different weathering, you've got different loads. So you've got the empty one. Might have been nice to have seen a few little bits of stone or sand in there left over in the empty one, but not a massive problem. Yeah, the different texture on the different loads are nice as well, so they're not all the same colour. You've got sort of clean ballast, dirty ballast, You got sand as well, and that's the same loads all the way through the pack. But they're all nice, nice like model shaped as well. They're not just like a blob. They're all different, like you can see all different heights and stuff in them. They're all like uneven, which I like. It's quite cool. So yeah, that's your train load, I think it is, or something like that. I'm useless with logos. So that's one. We go through to EWS Blue as well. One thing as well, we've got EWS Blue, but there's no mainline blue, which is weird, because I'm led to believe that EWS Blue came from mainline, so it's a bit odd that there's no logo for that. Whether there is or not, you can change it, it's a totally different thing, but I'm probably going to guess maybe not. But again, as you can see, clean to dirty, looking very good. So the same wagon is just different liveries and different same states loads. I'm not going to take too long going through all them. Moving on, back to this end, we have, I believe this is ex-EWS DB. So the DB sort of style red, no logos, but I like these ones, nice and faded. You've got also, I think it's just ex-EWS this one. So EWS colours, no logo. Love these as well. You've got these there. I think 1A, they've got 1A and 2A. I think that must be number 1 axle and number 2 axle, I presume. A and B, so number 1 wheel and number 2, I would have thought. Well, actually, to be fair, that's 2A and 1B, so I don't know. Could be wrong. Could be totally wrong there. That's just my thinking on it. Right, moving on, we have EWS, so again, still on MFAs. This is EWS. These are probably the more typical ones you'll end up seeing in these scenarios, I reckon. We then move on to MHAs, so these again were the MFAs, now on to MHAs. Now, these are a little bit lower, I think, not as high. Looking good again. So just a quick look through. Same loads once again, but virtually on these. Slightly different, I think, though, in sort of like the shapes of them, which is nice, so it all varies. I'm not sure if they dynamically change as you place them either, but that'd be something to find out when making a scenario. Now these ones, which is what I've mentioned, there's a bit of a bug with the oleo buffers, so if you see the writing there, which is nice to see, all 3D as well, rather than just textured on. If you look on the opposite side, it's all back to front and broken. There's all sorts of lines going on, so they need fixing ideally, if possible. AP just watched back in this video. It'd be nice to see them fixed because at the minute they're back to front. Like they've just been mirrored. I most certainly can't be like that IRL. That's literally like the only bug I've really seen. I've not seen anything else. I've had a good look around these already, just to see if I can find anything sort of really digging the information out. But that's literally sort of the only bug I could see on this, really. Yeah. So that again, there was the ex-EWS DB. Sorry. EWS ones. So you've only got one type of blue wagon on this, and it's them ones over there. The other ones aren't all blue boxes. The blue livery would be phased out. These are the coalfish. So you've got the coalfish on the plate there. Not all of them say coalfish, which is nice. So there's a bit of variation with them which don't. I'm not overly sure if that's randomised when you place them. Some do, some don't. So I'm not overly sure on that one. Again, that's something to look at when making a scenario. You might be able to find that out on that. I like this where the logo's been taken off and it's sort of like a paint scratched over, like the paintwork's been put over just to get rid of the obviously, you know, when you've had a logo on for so long and the dirt beds around it, when you take obviously the decal back off, it'll look clean underneath. So they've obviously just found some paint and lobbed that on top. That was really cool. That really nice little bit of detail, and they're all in different areas as well. So that one's up there. Look, it's not all in the same place. Really cool. Yeah, I like them. Really do like the pack, to be fair. Has to be told. Really grubby ones. Again, these, you'll sort of see these if I can mostly in these scenarios. So now we're going to the brand, like one of the totally new ones that we haven't seen is this one. So the MTA. So this has got the little side bits. No idea what the correct terminology is for that, but I'm going to call them the side bits. Again, same loads, sand, ballast, and emptying, all that. I love the fact that there's two types of ballast, not just all one. So there's the clean and the dirty. It'd be quite cool for certain types of snow. It's like taking the spoil away, taking fresh. Really nice. Yeah, we'll continue along the livery lineup here. Again, you can see the filthiness and grubbiness on them. Really do love the filthiness of the wagons. Just sort of mirroring of what was said as well on the TTA wagons that Mark covered last week. So the style and weathering and all the different sort of work that's been done to them. Not all the same, which is really nice. One of the things that really shone out quite well with these wagon packs recently. You got EWS here again. So sort of you get the picture really what's going on here now with deliveries. Another one again, as mentioned before, the mainline liveried one, which would be nice to have seen, but hopefully we may see that one day from someone or somewhere if someone decides to make it. So yeah, looking really good. I said the only one bug there that I had was the oleo buffers that were back to front, and I'm wondering if they maybe are the same on the TTA ones, because I remember Mark mentioned said they had oleo buffers, so it might be worth going back and looking at that and just to double check if they are having the same issue as these ones are, which I presume they might do if they've reused buffer models. Also, your tail lamps, you can turn them on and off by the TL equals 0 if you don't want them on. So maybe if you have rakes or wagons in yours, you don't want flashing tail lamps on, you can take them off if you wish to do so, which is cool. So what else have I got to add here? I've got a little script that I've made so that I knew what I was covering. So yeah, now this is just me as a personal customer point of view. This is personal. Don't hate me or anything like that. It's just this is my trains of thoughts. So yeah, $9.99 for the pack. To some people, it probably it's a bit pricey. It depends on how you look at it. Really, at the end of the day, you do effectively get 3 wagons in the pack, as you've seen. You get all the deliveries and stuff like that. But also, if you look back at the previous wagon packs that we've seen on these Wagon Wednesdays, you had 3 wagons in the JSA pack, also in the JTA, JUA, PTA wagon pack, but those were priced cheaper. One pack I think was $4.99, the other one was $6.99. So when you look at this one at $9.99, there's a bit of inconsistency, I think. Also, you had $6.99 for the TTAs last week with 60 plus liveries in there. So again, I don't know. That's just my thought of it. But at the end of the day, do I begrudge paying $9.99 for the quality of the pack? Certainly not. Certainly not. And a lot of work has gone into these still to get them to the standard that they are, all the different styles of liveries and all the weathering and stuff like that. It's no easy job at the end of the day. And again, the packs have to pay at the end of the day for the development costs. So yeah, I don't begrudge paying that at all. It's a fantastic pack. The sounds are great. They look fantastic, and they look the part in scenarios. So it's, at the end of the day, it's win-win. It's just the consistency side of things would be is a bit one of them for me. But I'm not really that fussed, to be fair. It's just my thought. Again, massive thanks to AP and Bossman Games for bringing these fantastic Wagon Wednesday releases, thick and thin. And again, filling our rolling stock. can't speak, filling our rolling stock gaps and needs. And again, long may it continue. I think though, sadly, next week is the last one for now, and I do hope they come back again with some more of these releases in the near future, as they are really good. It's fantastic, and I look forward to it as well. Hopefully seeing, probably will be Monday, I think, because AP released the first sort of teaser on the Monday, so hopefully Monday we'll see what the last one for this period will be. Hopefully something a bit different. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, something for Hope Valley, something that will help out on there, because there is some gaps on that to really be done with that. Maybe the GBF blue box wagon things, or I think the J&As they are, and there's also the RMC wagons, which are the bright orange wagons, which would be nice to fill gap in as well. But we shall have to wait and see on what the next pack brings. Maybe it'll be something that sort of reuses the frames, who knows, and the bogies on these, I'm not sure. Anyway, there's me rambling on. I'm going to end this now, because otherwise it'll be a 30-minute ramble. Thank you very much for watching. I will put the link in the description for the pack, and also the route, and also the scenario that we originally were on, even though please note that that scenario doesn't have these wagons in it. But if you wish to play on that, go for it. It's a nice little scenario. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to catch on Twitch on Fridays and Sundays, twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. Also catch up on YouTube with all the other videos that we've got up there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. On that note, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again on the next video very soon, and bye for now, guys.